Hey folks, it's Rich back here and welcome back to leg number 55 of our Around the World journey. We are in Douala in Cameroon and we are headed to Yaoundé. Yaoundé in Cameroon. Just had to make sure I said that correctly. I think I said that correctly. Folks, I got a surprise for you for today's flight. There's a thunderstorm. Yeah, how about that? Haven't seen one of those in a while, have we? So anyhow, here we are in... I gotta make sure I get it right. We're in Douala. Okay, here we are in Douala. We're gonna take off. We're gonna head straight towards cloud-shrouded Mount Cameroon, which is out right there, straight ahead. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to see it again today. And we're gonna head southeast, kind of, sorta, to Yaoundé. So let's get going. Give me a second. We get set up here. Make sure I'm going the right way. Alright. I know where I'm going. Let's get going. Let's get going. Please. Alright, here we go. So, I'm thinking the weather is going to be rather lousy again for this flight. There's really not a whole heck of a lot I can do about it. Let's have a standoff here with White Car. Who's right where I want to go. Right, fine, I'll go around you. You just stay there. Don't go anywhere. Just stay right there. It's like my dog. He finds all the choke points in the house and he lays right down in the middle and won't move. And... like the good human that I am, I just let him lay there. No, it wasn't a white car, it was a white truck. Oh, okay, now you can move. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, now, wait till I get here. Now go. That's it. That's it. I really should just follow when he... Hello? Hello? I'm going to run into you. I'm not even going to stop this time. I'm just going to run right into you. Oh, I might get an escort. I might get an escort. Turn your lights on and escort me out. Come on. Come on. I'd do it for you, pal. Just gonna avoid him. I'm not gonna be able to avoid him. That guy's just insane. Just pretend my wings did not clip his white truck. Still can't believe he wouldn't throw his lights on for me. Rude. So rude. Let's get down to the other runway here for somebody decides to land on it. Mess with it. Couple of things here real quick. Just get rid of that. So I have some things to talk about on this flight. Flight things to talk about. The flight route we're going to take. I know I don't normally discuss any flight route in advance. I'm not really going to get into too many details. But I came across a tough decision that I had to make, and we'll discuss that in just a few minutes. Just get off the ground here. It's a really long runway. I remember when I landed, I didn't even need to apply my brakes. I just kind of drifted to a stop. Rolled down the runway. The lightning is really active. Move my chair up a little. the side here. Set takeoff flaps. Oop, man, everybody's gonna get dizzy and sick in that one. That was some turn. And I think we're good. All right, let's go. Rotate. Positive rate and gear up. Flaps up. Trim it up a little and we'll set autopilot. Make sure we're climbing. Looking good. Gotta remember my lights. I don't think the lights don't, nothing is recognized while I'm in drone mode, so okay, so we may be going a little higher than 4,000 feet. Let me just turn off my landing and taxi lights. And I think we're all cleaned up now. I can actually pull back the throttle a little bit, but I'm going to climb up to 3,000 first. In fact, hang on. I'm not going to go to 3,000 because we're going to, same thing as before, we're going to run into all these clouds. We'll go up to 5,000 feet. And we'll just climb straight on up. And while we're doing that, let's go in here real quick because you can get a better idea what's going on. So, this is our basic path today. We're going from Douala to Yaoundé. As you have been following along, you will have noticed that we've been following the west coast of Africa all the way from Spain, all the way down through Morocco, Senegal, Ivory Coast, all the way down around that big loop. Now, when I originally planned to go around the world, one of the things I wanted to do was go all the way down to Cape Town. I figured, hey, what's the point of going around the world and cheating around the northern hemisphere and just kind of taking the short way around? If you really want to go around the world, you should also hit the southern hemisphere as far south as possible. So I really wanted to get down to like Cape Town in South Africa. I mean, besides the fact that it's dramatic and beautiful, I just wanted to make this a really the true around-the-world flight. That, and I wanted to get to as close to Perth, Australia as I could, because that is the opposite side of the world from where I live. The exact opposite point of where I live would be just off the coast of Perth, Australia, but we're ahead of ourselves here. We are now into leg, had to check, 55 of the journey. We've had many, many legs through Africa so far. Ooh, it looked like it actually struck me. That was cool. So Africa has been a long journey. And if we were to continue all the way down to Cape Town, as you can see, that is, we're not even halfway there yet. It's still a long way down to Cape Town and a long way back up from Cape Town. I could have probably made things a little easier with some longer legs. Would have made less legs, let's put it that way. Still would have had the same amount of time involved. But to save myself some sanity, I decided I made the tough choice. And as you can see today by our path, we are now going to depart that African coast, and we are going to head through basically the Congo and straight across Africa at this point and head towards the Rift Valley. Should be a very exciting trip regardless. I'm excited about it all. It should be pretty neat. We'll see what happens. Definitely hitting points in the world that are pretty remote here. Surprisingly enough, there aren't that many legs through here because, well, some plot spots are one of the airports, so I'm going to make a couple of long legs. But, yeah, well, I won't get too much into that right now. But that's what we're doing. We are not heading any further south now in Africa, really. Well, we'll kind of edge ourselves a little south. But what we're really doing is we are heading pretty much due east now, straight across Africa. And we're going to work our way back up towards Asia. So I had to get that off my chest right off the bat. I was thinking possibly doing another flight at some point, maybe when this is all said and done, of Africa, and maybe going through more the center of Africa and straight down to Cape Town and back up. That would be fun. I mean, so far Africa has just been stunning and beautiful, except for along the equator here where we have nothing but thunderstorms, and it's kind of hard to see anything. But I've been really excited about Africa. It's been really cool, and I'd like to visit it again. So, that's where we stand. Let me get back in here. As we are now approaching 5,000 feet, we're beginning to level out. And what was that? Holy smokes. Dropped my mouse. Actually scared myself there. So, yeah, we're looking good right here, right now. It'll be almost a cloud surfing situation. Let me hop back in real quick. I just want to... just pull back a little on the throttles. Now, another thing too, all these airports we've been hitting that were along the coast, all low elevations. We've been on coastal plains, not a lot of mountains. I think that's about to change. I know going into Yaoundé here, we're heading into higher elevations. Yaoundé itself, the airport, I think is at around 2,000 feet altitude, roughly. So we're heading inland, and we're heading into rougher terrain. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, and we're really hitting, I think, some of the deepest, darkest parts of the Congo here, without giving away too much. Just completely socked in weather-wise. And I am afraid for the next few legs we might be going through this same thing here. Looking at the weather, I mean, just this section of Africa is, I think, just pretty much socked in with thunderstorms all the time, or at least this time of year. It's kind of like a rainy season. Again, looking at the weather maps, and it looks like that'll change as we go further inland. Hopefully just maybe a leg or two of this, and then we'll start to clear out more, which would be nice. But yeah, there are a couple of places here that I'm really, really excited about going to. Can't wait to get to that. And one thing I failed to mention, this flight, this leg, is only about 124 miles. So it's not going to be a long leg into Yaoundé. The capital of Cameroon, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. So I think we're going from Cameroon's largest city to its capital. Ooh. Also got me thinking about, the way the Sim's set up, and, the real world is represented, and supposedly every airport in the world is out there. And I got to wonder on some of these legs I'm about to come across or fly, if I may be like the first person in the Sim that's going to actually land at some of these airports. I mean, there's no way to tell. At least I don't think there is. But kind of a cool thought on my part. It's like, I might be the first guy who's actually landing at some of these airports in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Which means I'll get to find out if any of them are badly broken. And a couple of them at least are going to be, I think, a little sketchy. And there might be some significant VFR flying here, because I don't know if there's even any approaches to some of these airports. It's just, well, they're out there. That's all I got to say. We're going in. So our first waypoint, which is coming up in just a couple of miles here, actually 3.3 miles, is Enugu, right up there. And we're going to go to Akmat and then Vodlo. From Vodlo, we'll be getting our approach in. Yikes! Begin our approach into Yaoundé. So really, our only altitude limitation is going to be at Vodlo, 4,200 or above. We'll just have to keep that in mind. Speed won't be an issue. Dilma, we stay at 4,200 for Vodlo here, the approach. So we'll hit Vodlo, 4,200 feet, go to Dilma, stay at 4,200, and then we turn left right into the runway. Fairly simple stuff. Gradual descent to Yankee Sierra 501 to 4,000 feet, and then yeah, right in. And we're going to land on runway 01, which altitude, its elevation is 2,263 feet. Very long runway. Shut that down. Shut down. Shut. It's just over 50 miles to Akmat, by the way. I can't say I really want to climb up any higher right now. I don't think there's much sense in it. So, to see more of what we were doing, I have to admit that part of me wanted to ditch the live weather and go to like scattered clouds or some kind of pre-canned weather, but I don't know. I found that a little distasteful. Figured I got to stick with the live weather. And a couple of legs where I didn't have the live weather, but that wasn't my choice. The sim really wasn't working, so I just kind of went with it. Look at those clouds, by the way. That's really cool. Peek through over there, down below. Not that we can really see it either, but we've kind of been, I think, crisscrossing the Sanaga River. Every once in a while I notice some peaks through the clouds, and then you can see it down below. Ooh, look at that. You see that lightning? Like, arced. Really arced across the sky. Way up and back down. That was neat. Yeah, looking at my display. Oh, looking at my display, we're crossing that river right now. Now it's going to kind of bear off to the north, and we're just going to keep going east, southeast, so we're going to lose it down. throttle by accident. Of course, I go in the aircraft, I hit the throttle by accident. If I hit it by accident outside the aircraft, it wouldn't have mattered. Oh, I found a new toy. I don't think it's going to matter here. Let's see what it does. I knew it existed. I had it set up before, and somehow I unset it. And I have depth of field, and it won't focus in. There's blurry lightning in the distance. How about that? Oh, wrong button. Depth of field? No depth of field. No, I keep doing it. Who let me fly this thing anyhow? You. Alright, I gotta stop. I'm just gonna be like really obnoxious with a depth of field and do it all over the place all the time. Less than 10 miles, actually 9 miles to Wanoogie. And from there it's going to be 14 miles to Akmat, which is actually, looking at the map here, it looks like it begins to start hitting some elevations at that point. Not big mountains, but the land starts to rise up a little. Kind of getting out of that coastal plain. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot down there. Town. I remember when I first started the flight, one of my first legs was through the Canadian Maritimes, and I hit a really bad squall line. And I flew through it. And there was like no lightning, I don't think. It was just, at that point, I don't think the sim really had figured out lightning like it does now, where it's just lightning with a vengeance. And I would like to have seen that on a leg now. With all this lightning, how I would have handled it. So we passed Wanoogie, now on our way to Akmat. 19 miles. So again, I just want to be at 4,200 feet around there. No big deal. It's only 800 feet down. Bumpy air, I'm bouncing all over. Really bumpy. We've got about 7.7 miles to go to Akhmat. We're making a right turn heading into Vodlo. Just gonna do a little housekeeping here so I can see how we're progressing. I just have us set now to descent 400 feet per minute. Take us 2 minutes to get down to 4,200. You know, look, some of those hills aren't that far below us now. Terrain has completely changed now. It's like fog down in there. That's neat. I like how that's portrayed. That's cool. Passing through 4,500 right now. 300 feet to go. Sorry about that. That was my phone ringing. It was Mrs. Mac calling from downstairs. She was, in her words, too lazy to get up to come up here and get me. Alright, so we're going to turn into Vodlo. Yeah, that ground's not that far below us. Woo! Oh, this chair is so loud. Right now we have about 17 miles till we hit Vodlo. Again, Vodlo 4,200. We're going to stay there. Then we'll go to Dilma. Same thing. Stay at 4,200. Then we'll begin descending slowly at first. We'll spend the next 4.5 miles dropping a measly 200 feet. And then we'll descend right down into the runway. So really right now, not until Yankee Sierra 501 do we have to worry about any descending. The autopilot should have the rest. And from there, I'll take over anyhow and land it. Honestly, even if the weather's like this, I can manage. At least I think I can. Got another big hill coming up. See how close we get to that. Right here. Not too bad. Getting very bumpy. I could cheat and just send a drone way down. So quiet down here. We're going to go back up. Back up to where all the noise is. Alright, 4 miles to Vodlo. That's the clearest we've had it. Stay like that. Help a guy out. Come on, stay like that. Jeez. Our airport's actually up in that area. Maybe we'll get lucky. Might never get lucky. Ever. Alright, 1 mile to Vodlo. And there we go, making our turn now. Woo! That'll put some hair in your chest, holy smokes. So once we get to Dilma, make that left turn, that'll put us on line with the runway. How did that happen? Hold on. Let me go back in here. I just want to be able to see everything. Okay. And I'll throw the lights on. We're pretty low now, and we're all but in the approach. So again, left turn, runway's going to be up in that direction. We're going to be turning in 1.5 miles. Excuse me. There we go. We're going to turn now. And the runway's going to be out there somewhere. Oh, there it is. I can see it. Holy smokes. It's the first time I've been able to see a runway in forever. How did I get that lucky? Okay, gotta go in because I gotta make some housekeeping changes here real quick. I'm gonna have to slow down. Descending down to 4,000. Landing flaps. Or not landing flaps, excuse me, takeoff flaps. And my plane. I'm going to take it from here. Gear down. You should have a very strong crosswind right now. Crosswind of 15 knots. It's going to get interesting. Landing flaps. Getting too low here. A little more throttle. Trim up. Yeah, way too low. Alright, so I have lights on, flaps are landing, gears down, we're All configured to land. Gotta watch my speed here. Trim it back up a little. Again, it's a really long runway, so don't have to worry too much about catching the other runway perfectly. Coming in a little to the left, but I got a crosswind over there, so that's actually how I wanted it. Oh, kind of porpoised right as I landed. No, straighten it back out. Oh, that was my turn off. I missed my turn off. I think that may have been my only turn off. I gotta go back around. It's spin around violently. Don't run off the runway. Alright, here we go. Took my flaps back up too. I don't need my flaps down. So, not the prettiest of landings. Again, I got a little bouncy right before I landed there. Actually, may have had... my airspeed may have been too slow, too high. I may have been stalling. I'll have to look at it again and see what I was doing. And there was kind of a pretty strong crosswind there, around 10 knots from left to right, so that may have had a little bit to do with it, but that's no excuse for bouncing it. Yeah, so I caught a break there. I never catch any breaks. Weather actually cleared up right at Yawande. I like this town. Come on, let's go. Don't stop. Maybe I'll park out next to this guy. He seems to know what he's doing. Well, you guys want me over there? Here, I never do this right. Check this out and see how this works out. Oh, I stopped. It was like, stop! Parking brake. And, ladies and gentlemen, oh, let's do it. Let's do it. At the field. Alright, anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, that was leg number 55. and welcome to Yaoundé, just a road, Yaoundé, Cameroon, where the weather is actually not so bad. Just going to ignore all the thunder and lightning around us because it just seems to be everywhere anyhow. The rolling hills of Cameroon. Alright, again, that was leg number 55. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you back for the next one. Thanks, folks.